Welcome back to our election night coverage right here on the First TV with me, your host, Jesse Kelly. We are going to keep you updated as the results roll in, and it has been so far a good night for a variety of reasons, and one of those reasons is actually here with us now. It's not Josh Hammer. No one cares. No, I'm kidding. Josh Hammer, host of America on Trial, joins us, and Congressman Chip Roy, friend of both Josh's and mine, joins us. And it looks like the people in the great state of Texas sent one of the few good Republicans we have back to Washington, D.C. for another 2 years. Congrats, Chip. I got to go ahead and lead with that one. Congrats, my friend.
Thanks, brother. I've just got sentenced to go back to Congress. Apparently, I get to serve with some sort of tranny Jersey or something. I don't know, but lucky me, I get to go back to Congress.
Chip is the only guy I know in Congress. Every time I talk to him about it, he just hates every single part of it. It's one of my favorite things about him. All right, so setting that aside, Josh, let's go to you for right now. The Democrat coalition, I've been talking to a lot of guests about this tonight because, you know, parties are about coalitions and coalitions do change historically. You have this group, you lose this group, the other side gets this group. From the outside looking in so far, if tonight continues as bad for Democrats as it is, what happened to the Democrat coalition? Did they lose too many men? Did they lose too many Latinos? Too many black people? Too many Jews? Too many Muslims? Too many? What happened to the Democrat coalition that Obama held together for 2 straight terms?
Yeah, so Jesse, first of all, let me just echo you in congratulating my good friend Chip Roy. So just tremendous to be on with you, Congressman. Obviously, always great to see you. And you know, Texas has an amazing fighter in Congressman Chip Roy. So that is just fantastic news. But you know, Jesse, going back to your question there, look, I think if the current results hold at this time tomorrow, I think what the story that we're looking at, the real important story, is the collapse, the actual collapse, the end of the Barack Obama era Democratic Party. That basically is the story that I am seeing. And to be clear, this is not a one-night phenomenon. We've been seeing this trend for a long time now. In Chip's state, in the state of Texas in 2020, we saw some heavily Hispanic counties in the Rio Grande Valley, Zapata County, Starr County, heavily Mexican counties that were trending heavily towards Donald Trump. He actually outright won some of those counties. Here in Florida, where I live now, Miami-Dade County just going for Donald Trump by apparently double digits. That is a 70% Hispanic county. Hispanics here in Florida trending R plus 30, trending 30 points more Republican over the past just 4 years there. So Jesse, to get back to your question, what actual slicing of the demographic pie, so to speak, has actually gone wrong for Democrats? My answer is frankly all of the above. They're basically losing support essentially everywhere from where I can tell, other than the core of their core base, which is white women, especially highly educated white urban women with PhDs, people with PhDs in general. But the Democrats have become the party of the elite. All three of us, I think, right here, right now, know that the Democrats are the party of the ruling class. They are the party of this censorious, arrogant, imperious ideology that wants to tell we, the people who don't subscribe to all of the tenets of their ideology, to just shut up and take it. And I think what you're seeing out there yet again is this whole grassroots sentiment, very similar to what we saw 8 years ago, that is saying we're not going to take it anymore. That is the trajectory that we're on right now, and I look forward to seeing where we are in the polls about 2 hours from now as well.
Congressman, Texas, obviously it wasn't just you your race has already been called tonight. Statewide, once again, the idiots threw a bunch of money at this Colin Allred guy to go after our mutual friend Ted Cruz, and he, of course, got curb stomped tonight. So why do they continue to do this in Texas, or are they gaining ground here? I realize it's a bad night so far for them. Are they gaining ground here in this red wall state we have to keep?
Well, I think this ties into the question that you asked Josh and Josh's answer. I think the Democrat coalition is breaking down in the face of people who are willing to fight. President Trump standing up and fighting. Ted Cruz, all of us standing up and fighting. Jesse, you've been beating the drum, saying, guys, like, get out and vote, show up, do your job. And that has been the difference here. They spent $80 million against Ted Cruz, okay, 2-1. This is the most expensive Senate race in history. What you're seeing now is a new coalition, the coalition that President Trump was willing to go build, teaming up with Robert F. Kennedy, teaming up with Tulsi Gabbard, teaming up with Elon Musk. But also, when you see someone like Alexis Nungare, the beautiful young woman who was the mother of Jocelyn Nungare outside of Houston, who not only supported Ted and stood alongside Donald Trump, But she took on Colin Allred when he tried to criticize Ted for, quote, politicizing the death of Jocelyn, when Alexis wanted to honor Jocelyn by standing up to fight the atrocious effect of an open border. You know, the American people, if we stand up and fight for our country, then people will follow us. If Republicans will fight instead of just rolling over, the American people want to be with us. And I can promise you, the young Hispanic voters in South Texas, the people that are looking at a leader like Donald Trump, instead of the absolute disarray and weakness out of Joe Biden and Kamala Harris, who appeal to only the radical progressive Democrats, the elite white liberals of the northeast part of this United States. And look, I got in trouble by Democrats because I popped off because they were talking about how we are wanting to ethnically cleanse people. They are the ones that are trying to target Hispanic people by letting them get sold into the sex trafficking trade, get abused by cartels. And I was totally fine saying, well, you want to ethnically cleanse the white Ivy League liberals, then let's import people who love this country, like Lily in New Hampshire, who's now my hero, by the way.
I would thank you for coming to my YouTube channel, but I know how brilliant it is, and I know you love it here. So subscribe and watch. We're going to start really ramping things up and putting some funny stuff, some interesting stuff out there, some collaborations. Either way, my YouTube channel is officially the place to be. So stick around.